Alrighty, today's CV challenge: Black Dusk Lao, no Aegis Armor, Aegis Academy, and Explosive Flashbangs, which means that we've got a thumper, and well, that's gonna go absolutely fantastic because, well, other than just having a lot of Aegis units, which are essentially just a lot of free mech kits and free ammunition, then, well, quite simply, we just have a lot of resources, provided I can actually shoot a window over there, which seems like a rather important prerequisite, but we're just gonna go over here, and effectively it's just a matter of trying to take out the Aegis units, and that's about the extent of all of the threats right now, because aside from that, there's no Aegis Armor, which isn't really all that significant in the grand scheme of things, and then essentially there's also, well, explosive flashbangs, which there is one benefit to that. The flashbangs affect the units as well, which is rather hilarious, but we'll take a few over there just because we can help out a bit, and then afterwards we're just gonna go back. Sure. And then we'll go back over here, take care of you over there before you start rushing for that over there, which we might be spending a lot of ammunition on just, well, defending right now, but we are getting a lot of mech kits, and eventually we're going to get more juggernauts that are closer to us, which means that we can actually get the ammunition over there, which means that, well, essentially, ammunition and mech kits are no longer a problem, which is great, but it's not weaker mech kits, which makes it less great, nor is it, well, something like less health, which would also make it, well, a bit better, because, well, we can actually heal up more often, and, well, that's actually generally good for less health, because generally for less health it's best to use it efficiently and, well, wait a bit longer for us to actually heal up, because otherwise we're gonna, well, heal a bit too much, and, well, in that case, it's a bit of a waste, but right now, all things are looking quite good. We've got a screwdriver up over there, which we will very much want later on. We just don't really want the flashbangs, because that's less good, but I suppose at this point we should really just heal up. There's not really a reason not to at this point, so we'll just take up you over there. You over there. And shockingly, we've got 2 CBRCs, or 2 squads of CBRCs, but unfortunately it's... Never mind then, 3 squads of CBRCs, but unfortunately it's not really all that useful right now, because it's... Well, we still need a thumper, so that's one of the main reasons, but we're gonna be done there quite soon, so hopefully we won't meet any units, and things should go generally quite well. At least that's kind of the hope, which, you know, if that can finish faster so that we don't get, well, shot from behind by, well, yet another squad of CBRCs, that would be quite nice, but we're gonna go through here, and effectively we're just going to ignore the units, because that's the simplest solution to literally everything, but we'll go over there, we'll breach over there, and then we'll just go over here, plunder this over here, and then afterwards we could always just, well, reload this real quick, and then breach over there. But seemingly we won't actually need to do that, because we don't actually need anything inside over there, because it's... We've got a thumper, and we've got an awful lot of resources, which we... There's probably one right over here, but... Barring that... We'll clear you over there, grab the, well, ammunition over here, and afterwards be a bit more concerned about... I suppose we could go over here. It's not the best idea, but it won't do all that badly for the most part. But we are not going to spend our time taking all of it over there, because that's maybe a less good idea. And at this point I should probably just turn around, because I don't think Cyrus is going out through there. More so through here, which... Never mind. But you know what, in that case, we could always just find out what's happening. Hello there. Let's just heal up. Make sure we can generally see the units that come from over there, and then afterwards we're going to go back in through here. Go through here, and afterwards just essentially wait over here. We're still waiting, so... I suppose in this case we'll wait for the explosive, and then we're just gonna wait. Sure. I mean, it's an awful lot of mech kits that we really do not need, but I'll take it. It's not necessarily something that we do not want, so... Probably go back in here. There's still one missing unit that is not accounted for, which we do not want to fight, because that's generally just how this works. And I suppose in this case we could always just grab all the screwdrivers, because, well, it's... We can just grab mech kits and, well, hopefully not meet anyone, because... Perfect, go back down over there. That's absolutely great. We could even drop a few mech kits over here, which may or may not be taken. It's probably not going to, because, well, grabbing thermite's already a lot, which... You know, it's not that great, but... Hi there. Anyways, since none of them can actually be, well, held on to, we could just go through here, and then, well, at this point, really just start moving really, really slowly, and hopefully not meeting any units, because that's generally how this works. Especially if they're going to be CBRCs from across over there, trying to shoot at us from, well, over there, which is generally not all that great, but since this door has already been breached, we're just going to go through here, use the screwdriver over here, and then afterwards, we've still got one more thumper shot that we can use over there, which leaves us with one more final thumper shot, which we are highly unlikely to use because it's a thumper and we don't really need it, but if we do find something like a S97 or a CBRC, we will most definitely take that because it's a lot more effective than, well, just a thumper against, let's just say, the Onyx unit, which, regardless, we're just going to go through here, and hopefully we're just going to not meet any units because that's... Well, so far things are looking great. Unfortunately, it's still eerily quiet, which is maybe less great, but we'll go through here, and then hopefully not meet any units over here, which there should be two more left over here, which we're going to, well, gladly grab, and then afterwards go up over there, and then quite simply just avoid all of the units. And awkwardly wait over here, because that's kind of how this works, so... Whilst that happens, presumably no one's going to be coming from behind, because it's... Well, it's quite simply just blocked off, which... I mean, I guess it's maybe theoretically possible, kind of, just... Not really in the confines of what's happening right here, but... We'll go over here, and then we'll just wait over here, and then hopefully that thermite's going to burn a bit faster, which... Perfect, so we're gonna get units, well, coming towards us rather soon, because we've already got units over there, which... That is awfully promising, but... Hopefully... a mech is gonna get used, because that's kind of how this works, and hopefully no one's gonna, well... have any rather unfortunate happenings, which would be... less great. Though right now seems like a perfect time, so we're just gonna quickly peek this over there, look at it over there, and then afterwards just... be in a really, really awkward position to, well... not get shot, because it's not really a great position to not get shot, but then again, it's not really all that bad of an option, so we're just going to go over here now, and then essentially, hopefully we're not going to meet any units, because we're presumably just going to go straight down, and hopefully in that case, we're not going to meet any units, because that would be, well, quite bad. If that isn't already evident, but right now, we've got a bit of bullets. Hopefully we can spend it quite, well, fast enough. And right at the moment that, well, opens up. Perfect. That is already awfully promising, but... we did heal up beforehand because we, quite frankly, have way too many mech hits. There's 3 up there, and then 3 up on the other side over there, which, well, it's just... it's far too much, but maybe let's just stay over here and not get shot. But regardless, that's the daily challenge done in just over 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Cheers, everyone. Have a great time.